Hi everyone. So this is Donna Sunny, and this is my final research project report on cryptocurrency. So without much delay, I'm going to start my presentation on my research topic on cryptocurrency. Uh, okay, first of all, I just want to give an introduction. Okay, it's just a small introduction. Cryptocurrency is a new, innovative digital form of money that depends on cryptography for the security of transactions, control in creating new units, and verification of asset transfer. So, unlike our traditional currencies, which central banks control, cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum operate on decentralized networks, mainly with blockchains. So this makes intermediaries dispensable as it gives individuals more control over their finances. While blockchain, as the underlying technology, ensures transparency and security, recording each transaction on a public ledger. This lack of central authority, such as our traditional banks, creates potential for misuse, such as illegal activities or market manipulation. Moreover, a lack of unified global regulatory framework for digital assets makes them highly susceptible to regulatory uncertainty. So, this rapid growth and increased adoption of cryptocurrencies have promoted innovation but also sparked concerns with respect to economic instability and financial security. In the scale of balancing, embracing innovation with the challenges it presents, with the technology ever evolving, the future of the cryptocurrencies remains blurred. So, okay, moving on to the next slide, I just want to give a scope of our cryptocurrency. So this research discusses the diversified effects of cryptocurrencies on other areas such as finance, law, and society. So it presents a challenge to traditional banking systems, a decentralized way of transaction wherein uh, transactions can easily take place directly between peers without the assistance of any intermediaries. So they also enable opportunities for financial inclusion in countries with a lack of access to traditional banking services. So, however, uh, like the fast growing cryptocurrency market has been burdened by a number of risks, from extreme price volatility to the use of market manipulation and all. So legal systems are still developing around cryptocurrencies with inconsistent regulations existing across countries. These inconsistencies create challenges for global cooperation and stability. So cryptocurrencies also contain social implications, like from fraud through money laundering to tax evasion. Then through this analysis, the scope of cryptocurrencies impact on economies, laws, and individual freedoms is explored, aiming to understand the opportunities and risks posed by this new financial paradigm. Okay, so the next is the legal and regulatory landscape of cryptocurrencies. So, cryptocurrencies fall into a complicated and constantly shifting legal environment, and regulations significantly differ from country to country. So, okay, let's have a look at the following countries like the United States, then China, European Union, Japan, and Switzerland. Okay, let's have a look at, about all these, what all the various or different legal and regulatory landscapes and among these the following listed countries. So in the US, uh, cryptocurrencies are considered either commodities or securities depending on the classification. So regulation is fragmented between different agencies such as the SEC and CFTC. Like meanwhile, so SEC means Security and Exchange Commission, and CFTC is the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. So meanwhile, okay, what about China? So China has put a blanket ban on trading and mining in cryptocurrency, mentioning that this is a potential danger to financial stability, energy consumption, and a greater effect on the economy. And the European countries, on the other hand, have tried to come up with uniform laws, as the EU has presented the MICA, like markets in crypto assets regulation, that brings about uniformity in crypto laws within the European Union. But when Yeah, when it comes to Japan and Switzerland, they have actively welcomed cryptocurrencies into their financial economies and have provided more clearer limits on their use. Unfortunately, there is no regulatory system that has been instituted. This causes confusion in and inefficiency in the global market. So this also makes cross-border transactions problematic as well as the enforcement of these regulations. While there is clearly a growing need for a globally accepted standard, such like international consensus will require cooperation and careful balancing between the pressures of innovation, security, and consumer protection. Mm, Okay, so this is just a case study of Grayscale Investments LLC, Securities and Exchange Commission SEC. So yeah, in the slide I just give the overview of what exactly the case is, and okay, so you can see it in the slide. So in this, the legal relation to cryptocurrencies, like this case epitomizes a changing legal landscape on cryptocurrencies in general and what constitutes investment products of that nature, what they could be used for. And today's judgment underlines consistent and clear regulatory standards fundamental to ensure market stability and investor confidence in contesting this approach. The victory by Grayscale marked like the judiciary's role in sculpting regulations on cryptocurrencies and critically the legitimacy of spot Bitcoin ETFs. Um, so the case also underlines the bigger legal debate about balancing innovation with consumer. So, sir, my password is 3. Okay. Okay. So the case also underlines the bigger legal debate about balancing innovation with consumer protection in a fast-growing digital asset market. Okay, so this is what about the case, and the reference to this case I just provided in my live reference link document will attach as part of my assignment. So the next is the ethical considerations. What all the ethical considerations can be in the our cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrencies raise many ethical concerns, especially because anonymity features make it easy to conduct various criminal activities such as money laundering, terrorism financing, and tax evasion. So the decentralized nature of cryptocurrencies inherently leads to an inability to track transactions on the part of authorities, thus creating opportunities for illicit transactions. Okay. Besides the ecological effect of mining, cryptocurrency is yet another great ethical issue. This is because energy consuming mining often relies on non renewable energy sources, which in turn feed into global climate change. Also important to note about accessibility is economic equality concerning cryptocurrencies, since not everyone knows of or is in a position to have equal technological means to benefit from such transactions. Okay, so there are two more points like the government and economic stability and the balancing innovation and accountability. So through this digital movement brings a lot of freedom financially. It also tends to be highly biased towards the playing field, hence hurting the more vulnerable groups. Other ethical issues involve undermining government control of monetary systems with cryptocurrencies and probably destabilizing national economies, and this is where a balance between innovation and accountability will ensure that like cryptocurrencies contribute towards societal improvement while not facilitating any negative activity. And these concerns therefore underscore the need for the application of general regulations and international cooperation in reducing some risks of digital currencies. Okay, so moving to the next slide, forensic and criminal aspects. Okay, what are the forensic and criminal aspects based on cryptocurrency. So the what should I say, the pseudonymous nature of the transactions in cryptocurrency complicates forensic investigations, making it very easy for people to conduct criminal activities without leaving identifiable marks. So chain analysis, or like the uh, cipher trace, um yeah, and elliptic are like some of the creations designed to trace and investigate into cryptocurrency transactions, to find patterns that may be used to connect these illegal activities to money laundering and ransomware payments. Okay, and accordingly, it could be very laborious, especially because the criminals often use techniques to obscure their trails in case they should be following of the like money trail. Forensic investigators regularly investigate new techniques used by suspects in cross-chain transactions, or with the use of platforms such as DEX. Okay, and also some other things related to the forensic and criminal aspects in the cryptocurrencies, a ransomware attack. Okay, so a ransomware attack highly consists of a cryptocurrencies transaction, and that usually makes the trail far hard for the authorities. Whereas blockchain's transparency is one of its advantages. The complexity of some transactions, including those that involve multiple wallets or networks, can time investigations. So the changing face of cryptocurrency related crimes demands innovation in forensic tools and international collaboration among law enforcement agencies. As the adoption of cryptocurrency grows, so will the need for sophisticated and effective methods of investigation. So the next is political impacts of cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrencies also come along with significant political consequences, among them challenging the role played by central banks and the financial institutions. So regulatory authorities in the United States worry about the potential for cryptocurrencies to unleash illicit uses and unregulated markets on the financial system. So yet, like the political figures like Donald Trump, okay, and Elon Musk are for the development of cryptocurrencies, seeing them as forcing innovation on an often sclerotic, like centralized system. And yeah, the cryptocurrencies also clearly appeal to anti-establishment tendencies. The many users who view these services as enabling resistance to government control over monetary policy. And their decentralized nature conflicts with our traditional government powers and authority. So yeah, continuation for the political consequences, we could see that this decentralized nature stands in conflict with traditional conceptions of government powers, raising issues related to sovereignty and control over financial markets with greater prominence. Cryptocurrencies could also upset the balance of power between governments, financial institutions, and individuals. So the politicization of cryptocurrencies is also a symptom of broader trends in society. Illegalization of activities by public authorities that are increasingly viewed with skepticism as illegitimate. So understanding this dynamic is crucial to speculation about what role cybercurrencies in the future will play with various political and economic landscapes. Um, Susa, my second password is ocean. Okay. Uh, So the socio-economic impacts of the cryptocurrencies means, okay, there are three points like the financial inclusion, reduction of remittance cost, and the alternative investment class. So, what if financial inclusion means? It actually provides access to financial services for the unbanked, bypassing traditional banking systems. And the reduction of remittance cost means it just lowers the cost of sending remittance, like benefiting individuals in developing countries. And the alternative investment class means it actually is seen as a new investment opportunity in developed markets with a better infrastructure and regulatory clarity. And coming to the challenges in our developing markets, there are okay, I could find the two like technological barriers and regulatory uncertainty. So in technological barriers means it actually slowing the adoption, the adopting of the adoption due to limited access to technology and infrastructure is actually in slow, and the lack of clear regulations inhibits the widespread use of cryptocurrency in developing regions as well. So the next is challenges in developing markets. So technological barriers and regulatory uncertainties. Okay, these are the two things that I have already mentioned, like the adoption is slower in developing countries due to technological limitation and lack of access necessary infrastructure, and also the regulatory uncertainty means uncertainty over regulations hinders the widespread use of cryptocurrencies in like developing regions. So risks and socioeconomic impacts means, on the other hand, uh, while this is a major positive side, cryptocurrency will provide risks of increased economic inequality due to the fact that less privileged persons face so many obstacles in reaching the crypto economy due to the fact that the constant changes in their spread equate to the socioeconomic impacts of digital currency. Wide diffusion would carry both like adverse and positive uh, effects. So the next is the professional and industrial implications on cryptocurrency. So the emergence of cryptocurrency is fast breaking down a lot of traditional industries in the courses of banking, finance, insurance, and other some paying services. So while business have explored this further for potential advantages in their use, they must master the complications of a decentralized monetary system, including regulatory and compliance matters. So while like cryptocurrencies create new avenues of efficiency like faster cross-border transactions and also reduce the fees on them, they also expose companies to other kinds of risks such as money laundering and cybercrime. And the constantly changing legal and regulatory framework means crypto businesses have to keep up and change with new sets of laws and policies. So this is the case in industries like banking, where the rise of digital currencies directly threatens established business models, necessitating like innovation to stay relevant. Converse to that, insurance and technology industries see new opportunities for their growth in cybersecurity and developing blockchain technologies. So, enterprises dealing in cryptocurrency transactions need to put in place adequate security measures to safeguard their assets and those of their clients. As the industry matures, professional ethics, legal compliance, and innovation will remain key factors in uh, in determining the success. So that's all about the professional and the industrial implications. So the next is differentiating. Okay, we are just okay. I'm going to differentiating the cyber currency, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So although both are like digital currencies, the functionalities of Bitcoin and Ethereum are vastly different in the blockchain ecosystem. While Bitcoin was designed to act as a form of digital money on a decentralized level, it's more used for hoarding and trading. So Ethereum goes further to extend the idea of blockchain by allowing smart contracts and D apps to run on its network. So these features make Ethereum both like a digital currency and a platform where as a developer a person can build and then implement decentralized solutions. So if we expand more, as per the IEEE paper in the reference that I provided in the slide, uh, Bitcoin is like it is the first implementation of blockchain technology designed as a decentralized digital currency, and its primary purpose is to serve as a store of value and medium of exchange, like without relying on intermediaries like banks, as I already mentioned from my previous slides. So Bitcoin's blockchain is optimized for security and decentralization, but it has limited functionality, focusing mainly on recording peer-to-peer financial transactions. Okay, but when we look at Ethereum builds on blockchain principles but extends its functionality to include smart contracts and decentralized applications like the dApps. So smart contracts are self-executing agreements with predefined rules coded into the blockchain, and this makes Ethereum not just a cryptocurrency but also a platform for a wide variety of applications, including decentralized finance, DeFi, and non-fungible tokens like NFTs. And yeah, that's Ethereum's blockchain is more flexible but often faces some challenges like scalability and high transaction fees. Okay, so then, okay, just okay, in that paper, it's also mentioned what exactly the blockchain is like. Blockchain is the underlying technology that powers both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So it is a distributed, then immutable ledger that records data across multiple nodes in a network, ensuring transparency and security. So, sir, my next password is Sun. Okay, so while blockchain is primarily associated with cryptocurrencies, its use cases extend far beyond, including supply chain management, identity verification, and like voting systems. So, blockchain provides the foundational framework that Bitcoin and Ethereum customize for their specific purposes. Okay. Okay, so the next is the yeah the like the most common doubt that arises when we talk about cryptocurrency. And okay, we all have some doubt like whether these are different or same. Or okay, so the converse is that all kinds of cyber currencies are forms of digital currencies created by central authorities such as CBDCs. So it includes several vital differences other than Bitcoin and Ethereum. The work of cybercurrency will be in control of government institutions to ensure its operations move by correspondence with the financial systems and legislations of a certain country. While Bitcoin and Ethereum, among others, have been decentralized, the critical differentiation is that cybercurrency happens to be centralized. Reasons for those differences reflect fundamentally different philosophies, like where cryptocurrencies deal with the questions of empowerment in front of financial freedom, and to some extent private choice. Like cybercurrencies fell squarely in with and supported mechanisms for governmental control and regulation. So I have also provided one of the references in the slides. So as per that reference, cybercurrency is a broader term that refers to any form of digital or virtual currency that operates in cyberspace, encompassing both centralized digital currencies, examples such as digital fiat issued by governments, and decentralized systems. So cryptocurrency, on the other hand, like it specifically refers to decentralized digital currencies secured by cryptography and operating on blockchain technologies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum. So these are the examples of cryptocurrencies. So while all cryptocurrencies are cyber currencies, but not all cyber currencies rely on blockchain or cryptography principles. So that is what exactly the main idea. Like while all cryptocurrencies are cyber currencies, but not all cyber currencies rely on our blockchain or cryptocurrency principles, cryptographic principles. Okay. Okay. So the next is like security issues. Probably Like one of the most critical challenges facing cryptocurrencies security aspects related to such a fact that digital currencies have been a popular target for attackers or hackers and criminals. Though blockchain technology is secure in itself due to its decentralized and immutable nature, vulnerabilities in exchanges, wallets, and smart contracts make cryptocurrencies vulnerable to fraud and theft. Okay, as we know that it is a most one of the most secure technique, like blockchain is one of the most secure techniques, but then also because of these decentralization and immutable nature, vulnerabilities in exchanges, wallets, and smart contracts make cryptocurrencies also vulnerable to the fraud and theft. So the empty gox exchange hack is among those high profile cases that have shown the risks of holding assets on centralized platforms. Okay, that is one of the examples. And a number of cryptocurrencies are highly vulnerable to such threats, such as 51% attacks, which allow the majority of miners to manipulate the blockchain. Therefore, multi-factor authentication and call storage, like yeah, so multi-factor authentication and call storage are drastic measures the owners of cryptocurrency should be very careful with. And due to that aspect of decentralization, once a cryptocurrency asset is misplaced or stolen, most of it is irretrievable. So I just provide one of the uh, references, like security of cryptocurrencies in blockchain technology, the challenges and future prospects. So in that paper or article, what I could find is cryptocurrency security faces challenges uh, from vulnerabilities in blockchain technology, such as double spending attacks, then 51% attacks where malicious actors gain majority control of the network, and phishing or hacking of wallets. And additionally, smart contracts also can be exploited if it is not properly coded. It also can be the smart cards can also be exploited, and also the decentralized systems uh, lack centralized oversight to prevent fraudulent activities. And cryptographic keys used for transactions can also be lost or stolen, compromising user assets. These concerns highlight the need for improved security measures in cryptography, consensus mechanisms, and also our blockchain infrastructure. And I also take one of the other references, like the paper called Security Concerns and Issues for Bitcoin by Chinmay Vyas and Munindra Lunagaria. Okay, so I just provide the reference of that. Yeah, that paper also in my live reference document. So in that they discuss like critical security vulnerabilities associated with Bitcoin's mining and transaction process. In that also, Bitcoin faces several significant security concerns, including vulnerabilities in wallet software, then where online wallets are prone to hacking and DDoS. Attacks, distributed denial of service attacks, and the time jacking attacks manipulate the timestamps, disrupting transactions and mining. Also, the greater than 50%, like the 51% attack, allows a group of controlling a majority of the mining power to manipulate transactions and block mining. And double spending exploits Bitcoin's fast payment mode, allowing coins to be used multiple times fraudulently. So, lastly, uh, selfish mining involves like that also be one of the issues. Like the selfish mining involves colluding miners, keeping mine blocks private, causing like honest miners to waste computational resources and reducing their rewards. And these issues are all, highlight Bitcoin's susceptibility in its mining, then transaction, and lastly the storage processes. So this space, yeah, so that what are the security measures to in order to take to address our uh, these security issues happen to cryptocurrencies? Is like this space continuously needs to enhancement in security protocols to set thanks waging, and therefore advanced techniques of encryption together with auditing blockchain are called for in making sure that the integrity of the system is sustained through assured uses. So yeah, as per the reference provided, like the security measures in Web 3 or 3.0 and blockchain-based cryptocurrency websites. Okay, the authors are Shiva Munial, Tushar Taluja, Dipesh Sali, Venu Mahadeva, and Mr. Kunal Gupta. So I just provided the link for this paper. Also in my live document. Okay, so cryptocurrency platforms built on Web 3.0 and blockchain technology adopt various security measures to protect against threats like hacking, then fraud, and some kinds of theft. So these measures include encryption, then multi-factor authentication, MFA, then the decentralized networks, and the use of smart contracts to ensure secure as well as transparent transactions. Additionally, uh, like they employ protocols like secure wallets, call storage, and regular security audits to safeguard user data and uh, assets. So, despite these efforts, challenges such as vulnerabilities in smart contracts and potential exploits still exist. So, emphasizing the need for continuous improvement in security practices and technologies. And yeah, everyone is working on that. Okay, if some, okay, we, okay, every technology is emerging and finding new measures, and the same way the hackers or the frauders also trying new methodologies to how to intrude into some systems, like how to attack or how to make a severe attack to blockchain system. Okay, if we developers or we protectors providing some high security, okay, they, if you want to high security, some hackers just take it as a interesting fact, or like because of some curiosity they just want to they just always try to break some the highly secured systems so that it will make some pleasure to them, like, right? So so everything, okay, so still some potential exploits will exist, will exist, and also a need for they are also needing some continuous improvement in security practices and technologies. So yeah, so these are the security measures. So the next slide is blockchain and cryptocurrency. I just gave some like a basic for what is blockchain in my previous slides, but yeah, I just want to expand a little more. Like in most modern cryptocurrencies are underlined by blockchain technology, which is essentially a transparent and immutable ledger, hence allowing secure transactions. By its very nature, the underlying decentralization in blockchain nullifies intermediary participation, therefore granting the potential to facilitate peer-to-peer transactional activities without the intervention and control of a control of a like central authority. Still, blockchain is not absolutely resistant to potential risks, as I mentioned in my previous slide. Quantum computers could break the cryptographic codes protecting the blockchains. For example, like with quantum computing becoming more and more real, there will be an ever growing need for new encryption methods within the blockchain systems. Okay, so yeah, I just provide one of the references like blockchain based cryptocurrency regulation and overview. So yeah, when I go click on this, we can get into that page. So blockchain technology, in that page, in that paper, they just yeah, discuss the things like blockchain technology has gained significant attention for its potential to revolutionize various industries, particularly in the realm of cryptocurrency. As governments and industry leaders assesses its strengths, blockchain is being increasingly integrated into everyday activities, with its use in secure digital transactions and smart contracts gaining momentum. So these contracts allow for automatic approvals and payments, enhancing efficiency. So despite facing a period of inflated expectations, like blockchain technology is now entering a phase of greater maturity and acceptance, with its benefits becoming clearer. So the future of blockchain holds promising prospects, especially in its ability to transform financial markets and broader sectors. The next, okay, I just want to continue some of the points in blockchain and cryptocurrency. So beyond digital cryptocurrencies, it has wide applications in supply chain, uh, yeah, supply chain management, healthcare, and even voting systems, offering solutions concerning transparency and efficiency. So the relationship between blockchain and cryptocurrencies is beyond the frames of financial transactions, given that this technology has great potential to change many aspects of life by offering a decentralized and secure method of data sharing. In cryptocurrency, blockchain plays a great role, but its future depends on innovations protecting it from emerging technologies such as quantum computing, as I already mentioned in previous slides. So, understanding this relationship will be the key to trading the future path of both blockchain and cryptocurrency. Okay, so next I'm going to give an overview of how countries experimenting with cryptocurrencies. So I'll just give the global exploration of cryptocurrencies. Like okay, so countries like China, the European Union, the El Salvador are considering using digital currencies to upgrade their financial systems. For instance, China has already developed its central bank digital currency CBDC called the digital yuan, with the intention of allowing financial transactions to occur more easily while at the same time keeping a tight grip on the economy by the government. So the European Union could develop a digital euro, a peer to the traditional euro that would integrate digital means of paying into the broader financial system. So the adoption of Bitcoin as legal tender was an ambitious plan by El Salvador and to increase financial inclusion, although many challenges were faced concerning the volatility of Bitcoin and public resistance. So the next is like the digital currency. So the experiment shows both the promise and the challenges of integrating digital currencies into national economies. So with their centralized control, CDBCs, sorry, CBDCs are in line with central banking traditions, while Bitcoin and other decentralized cryptocurrencies inherently go against the grain of government authority and financial institutional convention. So, in many ways, debates between centralization versus decentralization in digital currencies hold great attention regarding the future of money. So, the outcomes of these experiments are likely to shape the approach of the world toward digital currency adoption and regulation. So I just also provide one of the references like the Bitcoin and all. Okay, the reference that the article name is like Bitcoin and innovative of digital currency. So in the article it is saying that digital currency, as highlighted in the document, refers to a form of money that exists only in digital or electronic form, relying on secure decentralized networks like blockchain to function. So unlike traditional currencies, it is not issued by central banks and is used for online transactions, offering benefits like global accessibility, then low transaction costs, and anonymity. So, Bitcoin, as an example, is an innovative digital currency with unique properties that challenge traditional economic and legal norms. Okay, so yeah, so this is question by professor. Okay, I just take two questions that the professor has given. So the first one is cyber currency and human rights, related to cyber currency and human rights. So first question, the part A is, does the introduction of a US central bank digital currency CBDC violate the Fourth Amendment's protections against unreasonable searches and seizures if all transactions are fully traceable by government authorities? So first question, okay, I want to answer to this question. Like the Fourth Amendment safeguards individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures, emphasizing the need for government surveillance to be justified and subject to judicial oversight. So the answer is yes. So yeah, in one of the previous assignments also we just look at the unreasonable searches and seizures under Fourth Amendment. So if a US CBDC enables full traceability of all transactions, it could allow authorities to monitor financial activities indiscriminately, potentially infringing on privacy rights, because privacy matters. Such pervasive surveillance, especially if conducted without probable cause or warrants, may exceed constitutional limits and be deemed unreasonable. To comply with the Fourth Amendment, any CBDC system must incorporate privacy-preserving mechanisms such as anonymized transactions for small-scale payments or independent oversight to prevent abuse. But without these safeguards, the use of traceable CBDCs could lead to significant constitutional challenges, raising concerns about excessive state control and the erosion of financial privacy. Yeah. So part B is, if a national cybercurrency is programmable to enforce spending restrictions, does this violate international human rights norms such as those outlined in Universal Declaration of Human Rights Article 17 on property rights on. So uh, yeah. So this is the part B of first question given by professor. So Article 17 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights guarantees the right to own property and prohibits arbitrary deprivation of it. So a programmable CBDC that enforces spending restrictions could undermine this right by limiting individuals' freedom to use their assets as they choose, effectively exerting undue control over personal finances. Such restrictions might violate human rights norms, particularly if implemented without due process or for purposes unrelated to legitimate legal or social objectives. So, for example, like uh, restricting expenditures based on some arbitrary or discriminatory criteria could marginalize certain groups, like exacerbating uh, social inequalities. So, to align with international standards, any programmable features in a CBDC must prioritize fairness, transparency, and accountability, ensuring they do not unreasonably constrain individuals' rights to property and financial autonomy. So this is the second question provided by the professor, like national cyber, like helping the unbanked. So how might national cyber currencies address the global issue of financial inclusion for unbanked populations, and what limitations exist in their implementation? So national cyber currencies and financial inclusion. So these national cyber currencies or central bank digital currencies, central bank digital currencies (CBDCs) have the potential to address the global issue of financial inclusion for unbanked populations by providing a digital government-backed alternative to traditional banking. So these currencies can facilitate secure low-cost transactions and financial services to individuals who do not have access to physical banking infrastructure. So by enabling digital wallets and payments through mobile phones or other devices, CBDCs can enhance accessibility to financial services, allowing unbanked individuals to save, transfer, and receive money without needing a bank account. So this could significantly reduce barriers to financial inclusion, especially in uh, rural or underserved areas. Okay, so the second part is, what are the limitations exist in implementing national cyber currencies? So the implementation of national cyber currencies faces several limitations. So first, there are challenges related to digital literacy and access to necessary technologies such as smartphones or internet connections, which could exclude certain segments of the populations, right? Most of the people, okay, some or like majority of people are, sometimes let's say the people who were considered as marginalized, okay, some people are not aware of how to use these technologies, like even a smartphone or internet connections, or how to utilize this internet connection. So in that case, it is like a big challenge for them to use or them to get access to these cyber currencies. So Additionally, the infrastructure needed to support CBDCs, including secure payment systems and reliable internet coverage, may be lacking in some regions as well. So, regulatory concerns also exist as the introduction of digital currencies requires robust legal frameworks to prevent the misuse, fraud, and money laundering. So, lastly, there is the challenge of ensuring privacy and security, as the widespread use of digital currencies could expose users to data breaches or surveillance risks. Okay, so the next is cyber currency and insurance contracts. So, cyber insurance was designed to protect companies against financial loss due to cyber attacks, data breaches, and other digital risks. So, with the rise of cryptocurrencies, the challenge just got a little more complicated because insurers had to price in the unique risks associated with digital assets. One of the major issues is that a risk and its premium might be hard to ascertain because the values of cryptocurrencies are highly volatile. The case of family and children's services with like cooperatives general insurance in Ontario demonstrate clearly the challenges that are characteristics of insurance cover, especially where uh, policies carry exclusions related to cyber related incidents. So I just provide that link for this case example, the Family and Children Services Cooperators General Insurance demonstrated challenges in insurance. Yeah, I just provided the link for that one. So in this, okay, it was sued after a data breach like confidential reports online. So FCS, the Family and Children Services, and its contractor Larry Day Communications, both insured by Cooperators General Insurance Company, sought defense under their policies, but Cooperators denied the coverage, citing exclusion clauses. So the Ontario Court of Appeal ultimately ruled that cooperators had no duty to defend because the policies clearly excluded claims involving internet data distribution. So the case highlights the importance of clear contract interpretation in insurance disputes. So relation, okay, so the okay, what its relation with our cyber policy. So this case underscores the role of cyber insurance in addressing data breach risks. So traditional liability policies often exclude cyber related claims, as seen in this case, where exclusions for like internet based data distribution left its family and children's services and Larry Day without coverage. So a dedicated cyber insurance policy could have offered protection explicitly covering costs related to breaches, legal defense, and potential damages, filling gaps left by general liability insurance. Okay, so yeah, the cyber policy means. So as more and more cryptocurrencies surge into prominence, the cyber insurance policy will have to evolve in meeting the particular needs of the cyber currency users with regard to the already mentioned ransomware attacks and fraud. So, however, such a policy being very complex, the owners will always be on business to be proactive in securing their digital assets and following security protocols. So, as the crypto industry matures, the relationship between cybercurrency and insurance will be increasingly significant, like in the management of risks from digital financial transactions. Yeah. Moving to the conclusion, uh, yeah. So I can conclude this by saying so like the cryptocurrencies undeniably reshape the global financial landscape, offering innovative opportunities and posing significant challenges. While they promote financial freedom, inclusivity, and efficiency in transactions, they also raise complex legal, ethical, political and security concerns. So the regulatory landscape remains fragmented as different countries have adopted different approaches to cryptocurrency, ranging from outright bans to progressive frameworks. So, apart from that, anonymity, fraud, and ecological footprint turn it into a real ethical dilemma and acid test of responsibility versus innovation. So, digital assets are far from being secure, and one can never stop talking about cyber attacks and like blockchain technology vulnerabilities. So the advent of cyber currency and blockchain technology has brought huge socio-economic effects. It has demoralized the conventional monetary systems while presenting new avenues for economic inclusion. However, like the potential for misuse and in illicit activities and the uneven adoption across different regions highlight the need for clearer regulations and global cooperation. So in any case, as cryptocurrencies continue to evolve, the consequences of their impact will be felt more and more strongly in industry, legal frameworks, and political systems. So these challenges have to be responded to with comprehensive regulatory frameworks, robust security practices, and ethical considerations for the responsible and sustainable growth of cryptocurrencies. So only through uh, global collaboration can be full potential of digital currencies be realized, fostering a more inclusive and secure financial future for all. So, uh, thank you for this is the end of my presentation on my final project research on cryptocurrency. So I think that I have covered almost all the areas. So yeah, so I request professor to kindly watch the video and provide me the feedback so that I can improve myself in my future presentations and all. Thank you so much.